All right, so hi everyone, we are live now, and I welcome Shalom from Carbon Apps, Kuldeep from 3 Knot, and Harsh Lal from Medic Fibers, who have joined us today. And these guys have been awarded yesterday during our National Entrepreneurs Day celebration, which we did on 16th of January. I'm really happy to interact with them, and I welcome you, Shalom, Kuldeep, and Harsh here with us on this forum today. So we shall be discussing a lot of things, and the next 30-35 minutes are going to be really interesting. I'll just quickly give you a brief, and then we'll invite them to speak up about their concepts and why have they been awarded and all. So Shalom is basically from Car Carbon Hubs, and this company is based out in Bangalore. So they've been awarded for two of their innovations which they made. One is Mini Fleet, and another one is TurboX. I'll just give you more brief on this. Kuldeep is from 3 Knot Robotics Private Limited. This company is based out of in Nagpur, and they have been awarded for like a UV cage which they have made. Harsh Lal is from Medic Fibers Private Limited. This company is based down in Delhi, and they have been awarded for Virocide solution which they have made. So I'll just request them to give you more brief on this. I'll now invite Shalom to just give you a brief that what Mini Fleet and TurboX is, and meanwhile I'll flesh out few of the slides to you to show you more brief about their concepts. So Shalom, over to you now.
Hi, Krishkanta. So, fine, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just go start now. Hi, I'm Shalom. I represent a company called as Carbon Hubs. Carbon is always it's oriented towards air-related pollution and other problems related to air, specifically to air. So when we working on air pollutions and microbes, Corona had come at that point of time, and our main focus was not to impact, different people, but to have an impact on organizations, specific on organizations, because we found that due to COVID, multiple B2B sectors had been closed. And we being in that space of working in B2B sectors wanted to create some impact, wanted to know how we can change at this point of time. So initially we created a product that can capture only dust and other products, pollutants. So as we kept developing, we had multiple stages of certifications and trial runs where we came up to these two products, known as TurboX and MiniFleet. What you're actually looking at the product is it can predict your microbial levels or your harmful bacteria in your B2B sector 10 days prior. So this had actually a huge impact in B2B sectors because we were able to evaluate the premises, telling that if it's clean or not. Additional to that, we used to tell them, 10 days prior, if someone's going to get infected in your premises, 10 days prior, we would be able to tell them. So I would say this is a USP of our company as well as the product, where we're able to help out the organizations also in terms of, giving them the safer environment, but also giving them the rightful data that if they're going to get infected or if they're already infected. So this has been the USP and the use case of both the products in terms of customers need and in terms of also the social need, what we also look at. I think Chris, you're in mute.
Okay, sorry. So thank you so much, Shalom, and I think you guys have already patented this air filtration technology, right?
Right, yeah, we have patented this. We have still more patents to be done. So we have done actually 3 patents on this, and we're going ahead to do more, 3 more.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let us move ahead to our next, awardee which we have. So we have Kuldeep Vadaskar from 3 Knot Robotics Private Limited. They've been awarded for UV cage and which is a sanitization solution. So I'll like to invite Kuldeep from 3 Knot to give you more brief on this UV cage technology which they have made. So Kuldeep, over to you now.
Yeah. Thank you, Krish. Thanks for having me. Yeah. So, as we mentioned, like UV Cage, basically we are a robotics company. So we started in August 2019. We were working on service robots, for food serving and all that. And Corona happened, and we thought like we had some kind of technology with us, so we thought like this is the time to pivot. Okay, there is a need to take some tough decisions. So we came into this product with whatever existing technology we had. So we created a completely contactless technology product for sanitation of belongings. So it is a oven type of product. Inside you can put all your small items like mobile phones, whatever you touch highly, and you can sanitize all those things. And a good thing about the product is that it is completely contactless, so it works completely on sensors. So don't no need to touch anywhere, or no need to push any button. Okay, everything happens contactless. And after that also we are focusing on so in the same sector, with having public sector sanitation, okay, with the same technology, the cleanliness kind of stuff. Also, this COVID taught us a lot. Yeah, so we are also looking for new ideas to work on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kuldeep, for giving us such a wonderful brief about UV cage. So UV cage is basically a one-type disinfectant cage which sanitizes vegetables and other belongings, as you said. And more of the details are mentioned on the slide, so you guys can pause the video and read more about it. I'd like to invite Harsh Lal from Medic Fibers, who has been awarded yesterday for Virocide, which is a solution which they have innovated. So this team is based out of IIT uh, Delhi, I guess, right, Harsh? Yes, Harsh, I
Right.
think you're on mute. Yes. So Harsh, over to you now for giving you a brief about Virocide.
Sure. Like we guys are the alumni of IIT Delhi. I mean, we passed out this year only. Although we started working from say 5 6 months back, where parallelly we have to take our courses also because we need to get a degree also in parallel. So we
Yeah.
started at that time, and then this Corona thing. Initially, we started with a product. So initially, we started with our research with on ventilators, which we were able to successfully design and develop. So, and I guess anyone can Google it. So, we designed one of the most cheapest ventilators that can be used. So, after that, so we always had the dream of, say, understanding the problem. So, I mean, a startup only runs, it is a startup is something like we need to understand the problem, what exactly the need of time is. So we started with the ventilators when we got to know that there is a shortage of there's this thing. So we can do something, we can put some impact to the society, right? So we started with that, and after completing that, we started a research on this chemical, which is our, I mean, proprietary chemical core product for our startup. So finally, we were able to like design, develop the solution which can be applied over textiles, and I guess we have the highest efficacy. We have the highest efficacy of this chemical, like compared to any other chemicals present around the globe, with efficacy of 125 washes. And also, our test reveals that it has the efficacy on coated and uncoated viruses. So parallelly, we assume that it can also cover corona. Not only corona, but any virus. Any virus. When I say coated, uncoated, there are only these two kind of viruses present in the environment. So it can cover any kind of virus. So I guess this makes us unique with three provisional patent, and we are planning to file the complete patent as soon as possible. So this is who we are and why we are, because I think corona gave us a better opportunity so to work, and that's all about me and our company.
Thank you, Harsh, for giving such a wonderful brief about Virocide. So, Virocide is, again to summarize, Virocide is an antiviral solution which keeps clothes, safe for up to 125 washes. And this was indeed very much needed, in that Corona times that we were in 4 to 5 months before. And they have done a wonderful work during Corona. And so I'll quickly brief you about all of the three awardees that we have today with us. So Kuldeep is from 3 Knot Robotics, who have developed a UV cage. This startup is based out of Nagpur, Maharashtra. Shalom is from Carbonus Private Limited. They've been awarded for Mini Fleet and TurboX air filtration solution. This startup is actually based out in Bangalore. Then Harsh from Medic Fibers, they've been awarded for Virocide, which is an antiviral solution for clothes and for other sort of surfaces. This team is based out in IIT Delhi. So let me move ahead with this now, and I would want to hear from you all. That let us take, I think, Kuldeep first. So Kuldeep, can you just tell us about your background, that what you have been doing, and how did you landed on this idea of 3 Knot Robotics, and what has been your motivation for developing UV Cage?
All right, thanks. Okay, so basically, I'm an electrical engineer. I completed my degree into that, and after that, I work in lectureship for 2 3 years in Polytechnic College. But somewhere when I was in college, somewhere in my mind that I need to do something which is out of the box, okay, which is the crowd is not following. And yeah and I thought like I am not I got the realization that I'm not made for doing job kind of stuff. So I thought I'm a unique guy, and I have lots of skills and ideas into my mind, and that need to be executed. So I left the job and I started experimenting on things. I love experimentation, and I started from blockchain. Yeah, so that time in 2018, the blockchain was in boom because of I think Amitabh Bachchan's money was got doubled or something like that. So I thought like, yeah, this is wonderful. Huh? I need to go and jump into this. So I started with that, and I thought like. Artificial intelligence has lots of boom, and there is a real kind of requirement artificial intelligence had, and I jumped into that also then. Okay, so I was completely experimenting on every possible thing that I can do, so studying new things and all that. And later with this experimentation, we jumped on robotics. So we thought like robotics is the thing that we can create something good. So we started making a robot which can speak Hindi, okay, for food serving and all that. And we developed a prototype. Yeah, developed a prototype. We piloted that prototype with some of the local malls, and generate some revenue out of that also. And but when we are looking forward to move with that, the corona happened. And yeah, as I told before, like that we need to take a tough decision with because of corona. And we took and we used whatever technology we had, and we jumped on UV cage.
Thank you so much. I think this has been a wonderful journey from lectureship, from electrical engineering to lectureship to blockchain and to robotics and then to UVKH. And we hope that you would continue this journey further and keeping on making this impact on the society. So may I now move forward with like to Harsh. So Harsh, what has been your background and how you landed on this idea of medic fibers, and what has been your motivation behind working on this antiviral solution which you have made Virocide? Over to you, Harsh.
Uh, so basically, I just briefly, I'm textile engineer from IIT Delhi, and just passed out this year. So we got some beautiful, wonderful mentors in the second year. Like we started our research. I was into research from like 2000 when I was in second year or first year end. So I had a lot of interest in research thing. So I just got a wonderful mentor, like by God's grace, in second year. And with that, I kept on like working on something new. This is not my first research. Basically, this is my third or fourth research. This is my third or fourth, but after like several motivation from several people, then I thought of converting this to a company or startup. Got funding from like XYZ sources, and so by God's grace, things are going good now as of now. So this is how we are, and like what I was and now I'm something like, this is my everything. This is my everything, and I can just plan to make it my career, future, and everything. So, and coming back to virus side, it was something my parents, like being the career when I was working on ventilator, I was the career for the virus to my family, and I also got infected being the career for the, I mean, to my family. I decided to work on something that can reduce the transmission or stop the transmission of these kind of viruses. So in that, I just thought over a week or 10 days time what I can do so that it is not only me who is getting infected through transmission. It is like the frontline workers and everyone is getting infected through the transmission, right? So I had discussion with various mentors, various people from various hospitals, and then finally got to work on something like which can be a revolutionary product at the time of this pandemic. Not only at the time of this pandemic, but even though after pandemic, because when I say antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, it is not only the this property. When we go into deep in understanding towards this property, it also says that being antiviral, antifungal, it reduces the life of a fabric, and not only the fabric, the itching problems and the bad odor coming from the fabric, it kills everything, each and everything. And this is something which hospital like actually needed, not only in the time of this pandemic but even after this pandemic, because we know about corona, but actually they know about various several virus, bacteria, and everything they know about, and microbes. So this is something that can be a revolutionary product to these kind of hospital or places where there is a use of shared textile, like hotels and everything. So I just hope everything goes good. That's
Wonderful, wonderful, Harsh. So from textile engineering to few of the experimentations to mentors to converting the same to your startup, and then being a courier carrier for COVID for your family to developing a solution for stopping the transmission. That's really a wonderful journey you had. May I invite Shalom now to speak about his background and his motivation behind making this mini fleet and turbo X solutions which he had made. So, Shalom, over to you now.
So basically, I'm a electronic engineer from Bangalore in Dayanand Saga, 2020 pass out, and we actually worked on this research. I would say for more than 4 years. So we worked on the research. We were trying to develop some kind of solution. Out there you have multiple products out there which is trying to reduce your pollution rate, but we wanted to be something unique, just not a basic air purifier or any other product out there. You pay 40-50,000 and get it done, but we wanted to be very unique in our own ways. So we try to gather mentors where we failed to gather mentors. Sometimes we try to gather resources, but we failed. We tried applied for multiple grants and we failed. At some point of time, there was a triggering point within us when we reached our final year, I would say. Next jump towards your career is going to be your bread and butter. One, you're going to let back your dreams. You're going to push your ideas away and work for any other IT companies like usually an engineer works as well as take your idea and work for that. So as we tried developing, COVID hit. So it has been a blessing in disguise where our product also works in the microwave side, where the cost of explaining the customer the problem was zero for us. Instead of for us explaining spending money to explain the customer, if this is a problem you're facing, we can solve it. COVID has taken that part for us and explained to the customer. So it's been a boom for us. So this has become a bread and butter for us. From a single man team where I used to go and explain, now we are totally in 3 states, almost around 20 plus employees at present. So we have a good presence and major B2B sectors we are helping out. So the main focus for us was to create some kind of solution. We were sticking to the same point, create an innovative solution for air filtration. That was the main point when we started as a single man army. Now when we run as a 20-man army, also the single thing, create an innovative product for air filtration. That's the single line we follow, and this has been the main motivation for us to create a product like this.
Thank you so much, Shalom. And I still remember you coming in our Innopener's fifth edition, traveled down to Nagpur, and I still remember the conversation we had after the grand finale, after the minister Nitin
Nitin
Gadkari
Gadkari.
outside.
Right.
Yes, so I still remember that conversation within us, and I'm really really happy to meet you again on this forum, and I wish you luck for your entrepreneurial journey ahead. So thank you so much. I think this room is full of engineers today. Though I'm not an engineer, I come from commerce background, but you all three are from engineering background. Two of you are from electrical engineering. One of you is from textile engineering. That's really wonderful, and I think that's something which every engineer guy, or maybe any guy who is doing his engineering or her engineering, must follow. So, let's move forward for our next, like I would say, interaction point. So, I wanted to hear from you guys that you have made, like Kuldeep have made UV Cage, Shalom has made Turbo X, and Mini Fleet. Harsh Lal has made Viroside. So, I just wanted to understand from you guys what has been the most unique part of your product and how your product is different from others, and what's that USP in your product which you think is there over others. So maybe I'll request Harsh to cover it up in very brief now. So Harsh, over to you.
Sure. Like if I say the USP in terms of the technical aspect, I'd first say that like I saw only one product similar to this. The research was say 5-7 years back. The research was done 5-7 years back, but then they had heavy metal ions. So it is something like a core technical thing. So they have heavy metal ions in the chemical, and so we thought of developing something which is actually very safe to use. So we developed a solution which do not have any kind of heavy metals ions present in them. And also, like, the chemicals that are present in the market have the efficacy of say at max 50 washes, and we assured the efficacy of approximately like 2.5x, 125 washes. This is the least that we are giving.
Okay.
When our research was done, when our testing was done, it showed 175 washes, but finally we are claiming to have some like 125 washes. We are keeping us in the safe zone, so we
Okay.
are saying 125 washes. So these are few things, and also when I say that we have the provisional patent, that itself makes it unique.
Hmm.
And like we have provisional patent for each and every minor thing,
Okay.
so that
Okay.
actually makes us unique, and possibly we are the only one to work on it. And
Mhm.
so patent itself signifies the novelty of a product, right? This is
Yes, yes, yes.
what I feel. So that's
Understood. So maybe in your case, the efficacy of that solution that is up to 125 washes, and your provisional patents are the unique thing which you need, which you want to mark. So that's really wonderful. Shalom, how, like, what do you think, how many fleet and turbo x is different, and what has been your unique value proposition there?
For us, very simple. I'll give you a real-time scenario. Now,
Hmm.
each of us are sitting here, but none of us are actually wearing mask. But we
Yes.
don't know if your premises, the place where you're sitting around you, is infected or not.
Hmm.
So that is the problem in B2B sectors, and they find it hard to indicate that. So usually, if you find any kind of microbial indication, it takes almost 48 plus hours to find that. Whereas our product, within 3 hours, will be able to indicate you the problem and also solve the problem. So
Yes.
other products out there can purify it. That's just your dust particles. You can just purify your PM levels, but we go up to the micron and the gas levels, which none of the products out there can do in India, not in India, but in South Asia itself. Whereas we have that level of purification in terms of
Hmm.
microbial indication, as well as purifying and getting the customer know that these are the problems you're facing. So I think that's the USP for us, as Harsh was telling, we do hold 3 patents and going
Hmm.
ahead with 3 more unique patents for the product alone. So every niche part
Okay.
in a product is innovative in its own way. So we are trying to get this out in a much more larger scale to help more
Okay.
customers.
That's nice. That's really nice. Kuldeep, what do you think? What has been the unique value proposition for UV Cage?
So yeah, UV cage. See, there are other products also in the market, but the way we designed the product, is
Mhm.
for optimized sanitation in the meantime. Okay,
Mhm.
people don't have time to spend lots of time and wipe out the things. Okay, so we thought like let's create that kind of product with optimized sanitation, and we have designed that product that way for optimized sanitation, and also with the help of the contactless technology, as I mentioned before, we made it completely touchless. Okay, so there
Mhm.
is no touch into that. So this is the USP we hold in that
Okay.
product.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kuldeep. So now moving ahead with our interaction points, you all have been through this experimentation phases, and now your products are ready. Some of your products are in the market. Some of you guys hold some team also. I won't say that you have experienced all of the entrepreneurial journey, but yes, you have experienced a bit of it. So I just wanted to understand what has been your biggest challenge, which you think has been there in your entrepreneurial journey, which you have experienced. So maybe we'll start from Shalom. So Shalom, what do you think? What has been your biggest challenge in your entrepreneurial journey that you have experienced so far?
To be very frank, certifications. Since being a medical equipment, certifications heavily, focused at. Usually, when you work in SCM zones, they are preferably ask at least 6 to 7 certifications. So,
Yes.
being an entrepreneur, own bootstrapping the company, and each
Hmm.
certification come at a huge price. And doing a certification is really, really difficult for an entrepreneur. It's like we don't get that particular mentor. We have to
Hmm.
learn ourselves. We have to find the problems, and we have to get to know, have an innovative way to solve the problems and get the certification. So we hold at present 4 certifications, all the
Okay.
medical equipment certifications, and each certification takes roughly around 2 to 3 months. So I feel for us, certification has been a major problem, and also reaching out to multiple people at this point of time, this point of COVID time, reaching out, having a normal conversation has been a difficult things, and these are the two problems that we faced in organization.
Okay. 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 Thank you, Shalom. Thank you so much for sharing it and taking it to everybody's notice. Kuldeep, what do you think? What has been the biggest challenge for you as an entrepreneur so far?
Yeah, so I don't want to go at a micro level, but at a macro level, I just want to say that the figuring out the problem is the biggest challenge. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to create the solution. Okay, we have technology, but figuring out the right problem takes time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and challenge is to keep the mindset bigger. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's really hard. Okay, we think like we can make company, we can sell it into 5 years or what, like, but
Mm-hmm.
looking at the opportunity and sticking to that, and looking bigger. Okay, that big is very challenging. What is that big? Figuring out that big is very challenging, and you have to keep looking at it all the way.
Yes, yes, yes. I think foreseeing the future where this product will go and what should be the milestone to actually take an exit. I think you are referring to that. So that's a challenge, I think. And to start with, on the foundational level, figuring out the right fit idea for you is also a challenge with which everybody faces before they start. And I think the only way to get out of it is to experiment with more and more product and to check whether it is working for you or not. So thank you so much, Kuldeep, for taking this into concern in the Zoom room today. Harsh, what has been your major challenge, or I would say biggest challenge until now of being an entrepreneur in your entrepreneurial journey? I think you are on mute, Harsh.
Uh, um,
Yes.
so I just have a small story to tell, like very small story.
Mm-hmm.
I started my research on like in my first year end. Uh, I just got a mentor in my say second year, and after working with him for say 3 4 like 2 3 years, he not
Mm-hmm.
only he was not only interested in being our mentor, parallelly he
Mm-hmm.
was also interested in being our investor.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll just tell one thing, like he was not interested initially in our idea,
Mm-hmm.
but he was interested in our team,
Okay.
right? So if any company or any startup or anyone have a good team, he can
Mm-hmm.
achieve anything. Like, this is what I feel. Everything
Yes.
can be achieved if we have a good team. If I consider the team of Lemon Ideas, or if I consider the team of Medic Fibers, if I consider the team of Google, we have some pillars to a startup or anything. So the team is a pillar. If any pillar gets destroyed, the team like destroys. Like the idea, the startup destroys.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually face this idea, this problem of the team thing. Like I don't know, like I'm right or wrong, but I personally feel that getting a good team, getting a good mentality, positive vibe to work with,
Mm-hmm.
like, can be the is the biggest challenge or is the biggest issue. Like being an IIT Delhi graduate and convincing the parents not to go for say 50-54 lakhs of package and working
Mm-hmm.
towards something which actually pays nothing to us,
Mm-hmm.
possibly a very small amount. So convincing our parents is actually a very big thing for us. So I think team can be the biggest thing or biggest problem for us. Thank you.
Yes. So figuring out the right fit team for your startup idea is indeed a big challenge. And you should be having your 360-degree horizon open for figuring out the right fit team for you. And there, believe you me, there is no other way to tackle to it. And you quoted it right, Harsh. I think apart from the idea, the another thing that matters the most is the team who is driving that, and we consider that as a like horse and the jockey phenomena at Lemon. So what we say, you have to be a good jockey. A horse can like horse कैसा भी हो सकता है, घोड़ा कैसा भी होगा. If you're a good jockey, you can ride it, and you can
Right.
ride it to its full potential. But if you are not a good jockey, and if you have the best horse of this world, you would not be able to drive it. So that's,
Right.
I think, one thing that we all need to understand, that you should get ready before you start, and you should be upgrading yourself during your entrepreneurial journeys, and start hunting for some good teammates who could join you in your vision, making this impact that you're making. So wonderfully quoted, Hers. Thank you so much for taking this into concern. And what I would wanted to understand from you guys now is, since you have made, Harsh has made Viroside, Shalom has made Mini Fleet and TurboX, Kuldeep has made UV Cage, how these innovations are helping people and how much impact are you creating right now? So would you be able to put these into numbers? So maybe I'll start from Harsh. So Harsh, what do you think? How much impact? How your product is helping people? And what's the impact that you are creating from your work or maybe from your innovation?
Okay. So to start with, I just said that this solution can be used anywhere where there's a use of shared textile, right?
Hmm.
I guess we all travel in a train, like trains where we do get bed sheets. And
Yes.
because I do not want to start with the hospital thing, because I just personally don't want to give the example. We all go to hospital for some, so I started with the train thing.
Hmm.
So we get the bed sheets and something like bed sheet and the, I guess, bed sheets.
Hmm.
So possibly during the
Hmm.
time of this pandemic, people are actually scared of using those bed sheets. Or I have not traveled to train, but I think people are not using that bed sheet or scared of using that bed sheet, right? So this is something which can actually stop the transmission of any bacteria,
Hmm.
any fungus, any kind of virus, and also the bad odor from coming from any textile fabric.
Hmm.
We are in talk with several hospitals. We are in, actually, this is something like each and every hospital do want, each and every government do want. We are actually in talks with several people around India. So uh, I guess within 10 to 15 days of the talk show, you will yourself see how we actually impacted our society. You will definitely get to read in newspaper or like in the news. So that's how we are going on.
Okay. So as far as I can get it, it would be very much useful for the hospitals and for any places where people use these clothings and all.
where so where there is a use of shared textile, like
Okay.
hotels, trains, hospitals.
Okay.
So anywhere there is a use of shared textile, I think this is a
Understood.
revolutionary product for them.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much, Harsh. So, Shalom, over to you now for letting us know that how this mini fleet and Turbo X is impacting the people and how your innovations are helping them.
For us, we have kept it in very specific sectors where large gathering of people are there. It can be IT sector, it can be our schools, it can be our hospitals, where large number of people are gathered. So there's a risk factor coming along with large gatherings. Might be infected premises, might not be infected premises, might get infected in the future. So a lot of factors come along with this large gathering premises. So we have kept ourselves in these places where our innovation plays a vital role, where we are able to indicate them the areas, premises, security, how the environment is, as well as tell them after, let's keep your school is done, the kids go back. You don't have to sanitize the entire premises, but you can get that data if the premises is infected or not. When we talk about the premises, it's not like a 500 square feet or a 600 square feet. We go up to 6,000 square feet. That's how big we can clear it with a 99.97% accuracy compared to any other product. So our innovation is focused on larger organization, larger gathering, larger space, where we are able to give them the slightest change in atmosphere, slightest change in microbial reading, and also the slightest change in gas. So that's been a major USP for us, where in terms of helping other people or other organizations in terms of having a secure environment.
I think that's wonderful. So you're helping. So you're basically targeting the spaces where there are large gatherings, not only helping them purify the air, but helping them with the data also that whether the air is infected or not. So that's really wonderful, Shalom. Maybe Kuldeep, I'll come to you. So how your innovation is helping people, and what do you think?
Yeah, so our innovation is right now at early traction. So whatever we develop, it's from customers' money. So customer wanted this kind of product, and we sold around five products, generated around 50K revenue. If I want to put all this into numbers. So this is weeks back, I just called my one of my customer and asked her like how we are using the product and how you feel about. So she was happy about the product, and yeah. So this is how we are created the impact for the people. At least when the people come from outside and bring anything from outside, they initially sanitize all that stuff and find them protected. That like, yeah, we are okay now.
Wonderful. I think wonderful, Kuldeep. So, as we are moving ahead, winding this call up, I wanted to understand few more things from you guys. So, Harsh, what do you think? What's your plan for taking Vidoside ahead, or maybe what's your plan in Medic Fibers further? Maybe if I talk to you on an year of horizon, what do you think? What would be your plan? I think you are on mute. You need to unmute yourself.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
what I'm planning as of now, that if I'm able to cover some XYZ amount of hospitals, like if I'm able actually to save even one person's life, so for me it is the biggest achievement. And so actually I'm planning to work on it. So I'm actually planning to cover each and every hospital. This is what I am planning. This is not what things will go for me, but this is what I am planning to cover each and every hospital with our solution. I mean, I genuinely don't want any death because of the transmission of these kind of virus bacteria. So
Hmm.
I'm just planning if I'm able to expand to in such an extent that we can actually
Hmm.
cover the hospital, because this is something that is not present in the market as of now, and actually nobody knows about it.
Hmm.
Actually, so we are actually the first one to the market, covering this horizon for this company or for this thing. So
Mhm.
I'm sure that I can do, or I can at least save some lives. At least the blessings from them can help me achieve few more goals that I want in future.
Wonderful, wonderful, Harsh. I think this correlates with the vision more rather than the plan, but it's fine. I think you need to put more thoughts on the plan, a very stringent plan on how you want to move further. Maybe Shalom, I would invite you to speak about your plans with regard to carbon hubs and taking mini fleet and turbo X further.
Well, one thing with what we have learned actually in this journey is whatever you plan, that's not going to work out. So that much we were able to analyze what we were doing. So, but keeping a broad perspective of what as an organization we are looking forward is we gather a lot of we had a lot of investors in interest in terms of money, in terms of connects, in terms of creating channel. But initially we didn't have the customer base. Usually it's a mindset of any investors: when you have a less customer base, the stake or the ask is too high for a organization to dilute that. So we as an organization, we wanted to go ahead with acquiring good customers in our portal, get to know our presence in the market. So we already have the presence. When we recently experiment, we called up a huge hospital. We told we are in so and so a company, we would love to do something like this, like in your premises, we want to check your premises. They told, oh, you're from Carbon Hubs, we already heard about your company. So it's been like a small achievement for us, where we didn't do any digital marketing, we don't have huge marketing force, all we don't put a budget on that. But without any marketing budget, customers actually are getting to know these, there's a company which is helping out people like this. So it's been a good plan for us to go ahead and help out people normally, without putting a huge budget. So our plan is to acquire good customers at present, then go ahead with the ask or whatever requirements in terms of money, x amount of money, then settle in for that and expand more and more.
Wonderful. So acquiring the customers first rather than the investment is your plan further, which sounds good.
Correct.
And Kuldeep, may I request you to share what's your plan further on this,
Yeah.
on UV
So
cage technology?
yeah. So it is not like that just because of COVID this kind of product came into existence. Okay, even though in medicals also for sterilization of their medical stuff and in salons, okay, we use this kind of product. So we right now planning to look for such bulk orders, okay, from either some government organization or from sell these products on Amazon in a bulk way. Okay, so this is what we are right now targeting. We are looking for around 300 units sell till the end of December. Okay, yeah,
Really wonderful, Kuldeep. So thank you for putting this to a specific number for making it understandable to all. So thank you so much for that. And lastly, what I wanted to hear from you is what this recognition which you got yesterday on this National Entrepreneurs Day by the hands of our former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Devendraji Fadnavis. What does recognition mean to you? What do you think on this? What's your thought on this? So maybe may I request Harsh to share first? I think Harsh, you need to unmute.
Unmute.
Yeah.
So, like, we have been working for say past many years. So
Mhm.
this is the first time when we are actually in front of the screen, sitting behind the screen, and like addressing this something and getting this recognition. Like, it actually means a lot to me as well as our team. Maybe
Mhm.
this can be one of the biggest motivation to work for our team, because it I think these kind of recognition and award is not only beneficial to our company but also the motivation for our company.
Yes.
And because last night we had a team discussion after getting this recognition, so like they were actually very much motivated and they actually feel that things are going on a right direction. So actually our hard work is paying off. So
Hmm.
I'm just I'm just hoping this to happen. Like, I'm
That's
just
wonderful. Thank you so much, Harsh, for sharing your insights from the bottom of your heart. I can literally feel it, and I think those who will be watching this video, they can also feel it that you are speaking from your heart today, and you were speaking from your heart yesterday also, and that's I think really wonderful. So, Shalom, may I request you to share your thoughts on this?
Mm, well, for us, we have kept it very specific. For each recognition, we gather a X number of customers. So that's been our statistics, how we do it. So I
So,
wouldn't say a statistic, but I would say a luck for us. Each recognition, we gather a X number of customers. So yesterday's recognition's been, to a top level. So hopefully we cross that X amount to 2X or 3X, acquire more customers telling the same thing. We got recognized from this organization, from
mhm.
this X person. So it's a validated idea. So our plan is to, through this recognition, elevate ourselves in terms of getting to know more organizations, reaching out to them, telling that this is a recognition. You have to look at this. Why we got recognized? What is the innovation? Why we got recognized actually for this? So this is going to elevate us in terms of, from ground 10 to ground at least 30, 40. Get up to that mark and keep going from there on.
Okay, so you are going to build the credibility on this recognition. That is what I understand, which is a really good plan. Thank you so much for that, Shalom. Kuldeep, can you share what this recognition mean to
Yeah,
you and what's your thoughts on this?
yeah. So, like every recognition is a motivation because entrepreneurship and the journey of entrepreneur is very hard, very tough. Okay, and to be there consistently, you need to have some kind of motivation behind you. So such kind of recognition somewhere gives you extra motivation. Okay, and it creates a good perception around in the minds of the people around you. So sometimes people become more supportive, and so yeah, this is I think this is really motivation and recognition for us.
Thank you so much, Kuldeep, for sharing your thoughts on this recognition. And let us end this discussion by giving a message to the students or the aspiring entrepreneur community, because you guys are one step ahead of them. I'll not say you are on the top, but you guys are one step ahead of them. So what's your message to them? What's your message to the student community, or maybe to the aspiring entrepreneurs community who wanted to become an entrepreneur, right? So maybe I'll start from Harsh. So Harsh, what's your message for this aspiring entrepreneurs community?
Sir, I just heard like a businessman saying a statement to India.
Hmm.
I just don't want to take his name, but I just heard that. Okay, India is actually nothing if there is no foreign companies in India. Because here people are more towards seeking the job rather than giving the job. So this is what exactly he said. And when I say people saying that or the person saying that मेरे घर वाले तो नहीं मानेंगे इस चीज के लिए. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people, I actually being from this company, being running this company, I actually motivated 3 4 more people to start their startup from our college. So like it is actually very good to see that I'm able to motivate these 3 4 people, because I actually feel that being a part of rat race is nothing. Like a rickshaw wala is also earning, and a government worker, a job worker is also earning. But if we are present, if we are like, if we get a life, there's nothing to just live for something or someone. Living for someone is actually like a very very big thing. So I just want that anyone who is planning to start a startup or something like that, just don't run behind the money, run
Hmm.
behind the actually knowing what business are. It is actually something solving the problem. Because if we go with a good intention,
Hmm.
I tell you that no one will fail. Because I also read somewhere that 99% of the startups fail. I'm not sure with what intention they start the startup. Like I was
Hmm.
a guy who was into research and never wanted to go in the startup thing. But
Okay.
with time I went to the startup, and like I just convinced my parents why I should not go for some xyz amount of package, and going for the startup, because the motivation, the aim, the goal for your life should be clear. What exactly you want to do and what exactly you want to achieve in your life. What do you want from your life? So this is what I just wanted to convey, that if you are planning something, just don't plan to be a part of a rat race. Be something. Chance is your zindagi. It should be like this.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Harsh. And I think to summarize it, you wanted to convey all of these aspiring entrepreneurs community that stand up, pick up a problem, solve that, and show people that India is not asking jobs anymore. They are creating jobs, and you need to live your jindagi with your ultimate proud. So that's what you wanted to convey. I wanted to refer one data point wherein you mentioned that 99% startups fail. A lot of data points are coming like this. I wanted to question those guys one thing. 99% of startups fail. I agree. What percentage of entrepreneurs fail? Give me that data. To me, whomsoever I've seen, if the startup is failed, they started something else and that is succeeded. So entrepreneurs never fail. It's a mindset. And I really wanted to convey this to all the data agencies who make this data. Build a data or gather a data on this thing, that how many entrepreneurs fail. And that's where would keep ourselves motivated. I understand startup must have failed. Horse can be changed, but the jockey is prepared. He would reach his destination, and that is for sure. So, thank you so much, Ursh, for sharing your thoughts on this. Shalom, what's your last message to the student and the aspiring entrepreneurs community?
Well, the youngsters, I would say you guys have a lot of time. Very simple thing, learn something, learn fast, put your efforts on that fast, fail fast. Do not succeed, fail fast. The more you fail, when we used to fail in our terms of research, like Harsh, even I used to do research. So when I used to fail, it was a point where, chalo, let's leave this, not going to work. Because I got offers from IT companies and it's a good
Yeah.
package, almost 4 to 5 lakhs packages. I still have the offer letters, but I didn't join. So my mindset was, no, chalo, it's not going to work. Let me work 8 hours. Let me earn my 20,000, 30,000, keep my family happy. That was mindset. But when you fail and you realize on the backside, actually from the past step 10 or step 11, when you fail, you will be actually in step 15. You have gained some knowledge to come there to fail. So when you come back to step 10, you know how to succeed on that. So I would say, come out there, learn some problems which you can provide a solution, fail fast, keep learning, fail fast, and fail, in a lesser budget, like 3K, 4K, 5K, your pocket money, you can fail. That's fine. Do not put your parents' money on that. Try, I'm going to do something big. I'm going to become Reliance. I'm going to become a huge organization. I want some money. Don't put on that and then fail. Put your pocket money, learn something, fail fast, and grow a network. That's more important. Grow a wise network. Have a lot of connects to people who are in the same mindset, because when I used to do a startup, all my friends used to laugh. You're not going to work. What is this? You have your time. You're good in marks. Why are you doing this? Same thing. But once I got recognized in multiple places, now we hold almost around 7 Pan India awards. After 7 Pan India awards, I see my own friends who actually had the problem of getting job. They tell, I'm planning to do this business. Why don't you help me out? One Saturday or Sunday, why don't we sit together, work out some plans? We can do something this and that. So being a person who continuously failed succeed on something, then getting recognized from your own circle, I think, people should be focused on doing something on that rather than sitting on an 8 hours job and thinking only on money and all the aspects and creating assets on that. So that would be the main points I would tell for the younger generations who are coming ahead. Focus on problem, try to solve it, then remaining else will follow you.
Yes, yes. I think you got it right. Focus on the problem, fail fast, implement fast, and don't lose hope. So that's what your message to them. Thank you so much, Shalom, for being here with us. Maybe Kuldeep, I'll come to you for your last message to this student and aspiring community.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Shalom has covered lots of things that I want to share. But yeah, really, I really want to tell three things. Okay, everything
Mhm,
starts with three for us.
mhm,
So like first is you should follow your passion.
mhm,
Second, you should try to explore yourself, okay, internally, who you are, okay, what you are, what you want to be, like all that, okay. And third is keep learning, okay, don't stop learning, okay. That's the it's there is no success or failure. I don't consider there is any kind of failure, okay.
mhm.
You are always into a journey, lifelong, okay. Either you learn, grow, something like that, okay. Try to achieve milestones, okay. Try to learn, okay. Get setbacks, okay. Learn from those setbacks. Setbacks are good for health, yeah. They will keep you on track, and keep hustling.
Wonderful, Kuldeep. Thank you so much. And to all of our audience who are actually seeing this video or will be watching this video, you must have heard a lot of celebrity entrepreneurs, right? You must have heard a lot of people, those who are on the top. But today, these are the people who are just one or two steps ahead of you. They are the right people to suggest you most of the things, because as you must also have experienced in your colleges, that your seniors are the best people to suggest you rather than your teachers. So consider this fact, consider this analogy, and thank you so much for being with us. And please stay tuned for more talk shows. So all the 16 entrepreneurs who have been awarded yesterday, we'll be covering all of them into the videos for you to understand what their innovation was, and why have they been awarded. So thank you so